All right, so about a week ago, I posted my first long form YouTube video in a long time, and currently it's at 1.4K views, which is absolutely amazing for me. As I'm shooting this video today, I've got 130 subscribers. That was pretty mind blowing. I woke up and the video had 600 views, and it's just been steadily increasing over the last few days. So I'm super grateful to everyone who has watched. You really validated the idea of myself being able to do YouTube and make a video that performs well. I mean, I know that's not a ton of views for a lot of people, but for me, it was a massive difference because I spent years posting videos that would get 5 views, 10 views, something like that. And it feels amazing to post one that crosses 1,000 views as a long form. The point of doing this video was to first say thank you to everyone who watched, and then in addition, answer a question. It was a comment from Achievement 2024, and it said your cardio routine. And I think it's a guy who asked the question, doesn't really matter, but I think what they're asking was, what is your cardio routine? And if you haven't watched the video yet, basically it's just a guide on what I did to get a six pack, 20 years of trial and error, starting to figure it out, then implementing a system. And once I implemented that system, it happened within 30 days. Okay. So to me, that was pretty mind blowing. So I made a video on that, broke down the whole system. You can go watch it if you want. With the whole cardio routine question, the interesting thing is it kind of posed a question, do you really need cardio in order to have a six pack? And I think this is going to be kind of debatable because I think the main question is, do you consider HIIT cardio? And I think some people do, and that's okay. Like, I don't really care that much either way. Like, it is cardio, but to me, it's just kind of different. Like, there's different types of cardio. There's like being on an elliptical for 20 minutes, that kind of sucks. There's walking on a treadmill, there's running on a treadmill, then there's the Peloton tread that gives you a lot more things to look at while you run. So it's much more of an experience. And then you can go do other types of cardio like play soccer or something like that and running outside. And those seem to pass the time much more quickly in my mind than just like, the standard, what people think of as cardio, which to me is like going to the gym, getting on a machine for 20 to 30 minutes. Like, oh, man, it's just brutal to think about. I really don't like that. But for me, like HIIT, it's kind of fun. Like, it's more entertaining. Some of the workouts you do on the Peloton app, especially, are more like sports type exercises, like when you're doing long jumps and things like that, that kind of makes you feel like more athletic, even. And I'm sure my long jump's not that great, but one of the ones that I did, I used to listen to it every Friday. And this was like during football season. And I get up at 5 a.m., do that workout. And then I felt like I was on top of the world. Like, I was ready to go that day. It felt like the workout is literally like the guy says it's a beast mode badass workout. So you definitely feel that way as you're doing the workout. I would do that workout and it got me in this like confident mindset. And I felt like that mindset was helping me with fantasy football, which is like stupid to even say, but in my mind, I was like coaching my team in my head and was like, all right, guys, like the job's not done. We want to get a championship this year. This is like the work that we have to do to like get our mind right and teach us what hard work really is. And I actually won last year. Like, I won for the second time in 3 years, I think. And I'm like trying to go back to back this year. So we'll see if that happens, but maybe I need to do more of those workouts again. But this is all like a convoluted way of saying that to me, the doing 20 minutes of HIIT feels like 4 or 5 minutes on an elliptical because you're having so much more fun doing it. And it's also building muscle at the same time and like sculpting your body. So whenever you're doing things like burpees and broad jumps, long jumps, things like that, it's a completely different experience than like sitting on an elliptical and just doing like this in circles for 20 minutes. Like, that feels so boring. And I'm not sure like what muscle mass you gain out of that. I'd have to actually go research that and see, but doing HIIT compared to the elliptical is a completely different experience. So I had commented on another video that said, I got a six pack without doing cardio. I only do HIIT. because I consider that to be more like muscle building too. And then a few people under that were like, bro, HIIT is cardio. And I'm like, I guess I didn't even know it was cardio. I think the whole point is you can have a six pack without doing boring cardio. I think that is the key word, boring cardio. I think running outside, running on a Peloton treadmill is not that boring. It gives you plenty of endorphins, makes you feel awesome, but you don't really even need to do that. In my opinion, to me, like HIIT is the most effective form of fat loss workout. And that might be controversial. I think it's important to have the lifting aspect as well, but lifting by itself is hard to get ripped in my mind without this one thing. And so this is kind of the more important aspect. So to me, the more important thing beyond all this is diet. Like diet is more important than HIIT. It's more important than running. It's more important than lifting. It's everything. Like I think diet is 80% of your results and all the exercise is like 20 if we're following the 80-20 principle. So when I was doing this program, the key thing for me and the reason why I was being effective and seeing results was because of my diet. I had been working out hard for like years before that, but I wasn't seeing results until I started calorie tracking and actually being in a deficit every day. But the other things like lifting and HIIT, they would just complement my diet that I was already doing. So whatever you think about cardio, like fasted cardio, I like to do it whenever I was like working out in the morning. To me, it doesn't really matter that much if it's fasted or not fasted, which was another one of the comments. To me, the bigger picture is the diet aspect, because if your diet is dialed in and you're tracking your calories, or at least know kind of like for the most part what you're eating every day, like right now, I'm kind of wanting to shift into a new gear of muscle building. And I kind of calculated that what I need to do every day is eat 2 to 3 eggs plus 5 ounces of chicken like 3 times a day. And it's going to get repetitive, but I want this goal and I need to start eating like 150 grams of protein per day, because that's what I'm weighing is like just over 150 right now. I weighed myself this morning. It was like 154.4, but I actually need to lose a few pounds of fat right now, like 2 to 3 probably. But usually, the beautiful thing about the system that I just talked about is that now that I've achieved this goal, like I understand exactly how to continue to do it. And so I can lock in for a week and basically get it back within a week because I've done this so many times. So it kind of gives me a little wiggle room, but I kind of am tired of doing that because I've been giving myself a lot of slack with fitness because I've been focused on business stuff for the past few months. But it's way better to be locked into fitness in my mind and let everything else come with that, because when the fitness is the foundation, everything else follows suit in my mind. And you have a much better mindset and like thought process for everything that you're doing. So this video has gone on a lot of tangents, but I kind of want to summarize it and just say that I don't think you need cardio to get a six pack. If you did only lifting and your diet was like fire, then yeah, you can still get a six pack, and it'll probably be better than a person who has a bad diet and does a lot of cardio and lifts, because your diet is 80% of your results in my mind. However, if you do the diet and you lift and you do a small amount of HIIT, like 1 to 2 days a week, I think you're going to see that HIIT is going to transform your body in a lot of different ways. So I hope you got value from this. If you did watch this video, let me know what you think I could improve with the video. I'd love to get any feedback from you. Or if you just want to like comment and say something you liked, that's awesome too. I genuinely appreciate you watching this. Have a great day.